Well,
unmuted. Yo, what's good?
Okay.
Wow.
Welcome, James, to our show.
Oh,
thank you.
Tip, what's
Tiffany J.
I love this one. I want them to see you, so I'm climbing up to the top of the world to show what I'm made of. 'Cause I've got a light that's out of this world.
Was it me this time?
Ooh, ice.
Need like ponytail something.
Hey, y'all. What's going on? It's Freethinkers Radio Show, right? You're like, wow, what are y'all doing here?
Yeah.
Well, this is Ebony Dixon, the baby jumper. I'm going to be chit-chatting with my homies tonight.
Yeah.
Beth done left me on this island of dudes. Anyways,
Until maybe.
Yeah.
we're having an article show tonight, but who else is in the building?
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ice.
Good evening, y'all. It's JB Sampson.
Clemson week. Straight up.
We winning.
Let's go.
Carolina.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either.
Turn.
Down for what? Anyways, so tonight we're going to be talking about a few things going on in the news. I know that some of you might have seen some things, and there are some things that I saw that we probably ain't gonna touch on tonight, but we sure can. Anyways, I had to bring that back. I started to go in just now. But y'all share this Facebook Live, these live feeds, and we will be back, and I want you to feel free to think freely.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
And here we go.
And with our first song of the night. It's okay, Darren. You're not perfect. No one is. This is Not Perfect by Pastor 83. Feel free to think freely.
That poor mouse.
Yo, he straight up dropped
No
the
love for the mouse. Oh, you didn't listen the first time. Yeah, share. We're going to talk about all kind of crazy stuff. This is the article show. We haven't done this in a long time.
Very long time. It's been a minute.
Yeah, like a real long minute. So this isn't a one show about one topic. We got 5 articles that we are going to discuss tonight. Yeah, old school style. And any of y'all that have been rocking with us since the beginning, you may remember this is how we do all the shows.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be back on the first Monday in December with another show. We get to get in depth with something real like great.
Yeah, make sure you catch
Whatever that topic.
I don't know what's going on.
make sure you catch myself and a few others on the Urban City Radio, the mixtape every third Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Wednesday.
Every third Wednesday.
Mixtape coming out.
We got some music for you.
Who's guest?
DJ Wiggles from GA.
Word.
DJ Wiggles. I know who you are. Yeah, we're back. We're back here, Freethinkers Radio. Tonight we're going to be doing, we're going to be talking about some articles that's going on in the news that's circulating. We're going to touch on this Sutherland Springs church shooting. This is just one of many church shootings that has happened in the past decade. It's the most recent. And it's like people are now questioning, is it time for the church to be armed? I think that the church should have always been armed. Jesus told, Peter, he was like, hey, don't need your sword now, but you hold on to that. Because you're going to need that later.
Both of them.
Case.
Right.
It's going to be both fun. But you got to think, I mean, that's where it gets weird. That's where reality and faith would get into our little,
reality and spirituality, sort of.
Thumb wrestling match.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I have heard people say that, I don't need no gun because the Lord's going to protect me. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm a CWP carrier myself.
Well, I mean, you can look at it, if you look at it that way, that's also like the story of the man who was, in the middle of the sea about to drown. And he called out for God, called out to God for help. It's like, God help me. And the ship passed. And he was like, hey, come on, get on the ship. And he was like, nah, I'm waiting on God to save me. And then a plane came. It's like, nah, I'm waiting on God to save me. And I don't know, probably 5 or so different resources came to help. And next thing you know, man died, went to heaven. He's like, God, why didn't you save me? He was like, well, I tried. I sent you a boat, a plane.
For real.
Which,
What else do you want?
I'm just saying, I mean,
what you got.
Exactly. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously, yeah, the Lord will protect you, but He also provides means. So I see what you're saying, Ebony.
Right.
I mean,
so I mean, we always in any, whether it's blessings, protection, provision, we always want to treat God like He's a genie and He's going to perform some magic on us. You know, that's just not how that works.
But I say arm up.
You say arm up
pieces. Bring whatever you want to bring. I mean, they got AKs in the streets. Why not?
Well, the thing is, why not? Because there's kids in the church. You don't want AKs around kids.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. You know. But
ICE is always ready to throw down.
They're supposed to be in children's church, though.
Bullets can go through walls and get over to children's church.
And that's where this whole thing gets sticky. Like, okay, on one side, yeah, you do need to have armed security. Does that become an extra expense to a church to have, licensed armed security, or are we talking about everybody walking around like the Wild Wild West? 'Cause I think the Wild Wild West, we've seen that there are.
That's the reason why it's called the Wild Wild West.
Well, I mean, there's positives and there's negatives, obviously, to the Wild Wild West in every way that we've seen the Wild Wild West. Not just with guns, we've always also seen it with the music industry, the movie industry,
every industry,
the internet. Everything that's been touched by the internet is the Wild Wild West. How has that been better? Oh,
just like you said, you got pros and cons with everything. I mean, I definitely, I believe that in every church body, that there's everything that you need in that place. Like, so I think that there are people, cops go to church, security people go to church. I mean, there are people in place that can head up a ministry like that instead of paying for extra security. And just, or if you just don't have enough people, then I think a plan should be put in place. I mean, because you just got to do that nowadays.
I agree. If something should happen, there should be something that, depending on the size of the church.
Right.
If it's a small church, then yes, there should be a plan for evacuation, or if there's someone that has led security, they put them in that position to do what they can do. But you have a mega church there, there should be security guards with the conceal.
Well, I've seen in some schools they have metal detectors. So do y'all think that churches should have metal detectors when you're coming in?
Man, that's a tough question.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, metal detectors, everybody would probably fail the metal. I mean,
they be having church out in the parking lot.
I mean, you think about, there's a lot of metal hips. There's a lot of, pacemakers. There's a lot of, things that, set things off at airports.
I mean, it's already a lot going on with trying to get into church and getting out of church, especially when you got these big churches now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's definitely pros to having, I think there would definitely be pros to having metal detectors, but especially when you start talking about these big churches like the Elevations and the New Springs and that type of thing. Yeah. Imagine getting in and out of there.
Trying to park 3,000 people in seats.
So what do y'all think the solution is, though?
It's a lot going on.
I mean, do y'all think we should just continue as we have been, or what do you think that the church should be doing in order to protect itself?
I believe if there's someone there that's in place already, or even if there's not, just put some type of security around where you can have someone, if it should happen, if they spray back.
Yo, ICE is always ready, boy. He just be ready.
Yeah, that's a tough. I'm like,
I think
because it depends on the size of the church too. Because you look at the church that was the kind of the church we're talking about. It wasn't a large church. It wasn't a large church, and it was like Bubba that was one of their cousins. You know what I'm saying? Back there by the ex-wife or something. This is all, Shouts out, though, to the fact that was obviously not from the hood. That was from what you call the trailer parks.
Ooh, facts.
Yeah.
This next song is called Facts by Lecrae.
That's not facts.
You're stupid.
That's don't you?
Yes.
That's not facts. That's
I'm just saying.
Wall
Just
Street.
saying. No hate. It ain't just Chicago. How about that?
Tiffany J said, yes, you need professionals arming the situation.
Absolutely.
This next song is called Don't You Know by the Walls Group.
Yeah, that's what we're listening to now.
That's what we're listening to currently.
Absolutely.
That wasn't
Shouts out to the Walls Group.
Yeah, hey, that new album.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
But the thing is, I mean, even when you talk about arming yourself in those type of situations, that's such a family atmosphere. Like, where do you put the security? In a larger place, and then in a smaller place, how you know what I'm saying? Can y'all afford a security guard?
Right.
You got a point.
You know what I'm saying? Some churches barely afford the dude to cut the grass.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the main one that Billy Bob come back out the trailer park like, yeah. You feel me? I mean that's what this story is. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
When you look at the pictures and everything, that's a culture. I don't think that's stereotype. I think that's the what that,
I have no
That's
idea what
sad.
the solution would be. I mean,
Like, I think that's a tough one.
because people are carrying anyways.
It's situational, I think.
Yeah, they're carrying anyways at the church.
Yeah, it's probably in the car.
Real.
And we're back.
To the next song.
Oh, the next song. Facts. This is the next song.
This is facts.
This is facts.
This is Facts by Lecrae.
Yeah, this is really
This song is dope.
very.
Honestly, my favorite part of this song is like the last minute and 40 seconds. It's so outcast.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you gotta know, huh? You see that bulge? Hold up, cuz. Who that?
What you talking about?
You know
What
what
you say?
she said she got a she said my church has a security ministry, and Richland County Sheriff Department on post every Sunday, and nosy people like me that notice every little thing. That's what I'm talking about. You got to have, somebody gotta be paying attention.
You gotta have that nosy person though.
Straight up.
As long as they
that
trying to
person-
make sure they keeping people safe and not just being the people business.
Right.
That's something.
Look, be up there praising the Lord tomorrow. Hey, hallelujah.
And I guess that also goes to the, because if you get into those, I guess larger, more charismatic situations, you know what I'm saying? You have to have people designated to not be a part
Watch
of
the atmosphere.
Right.
Yeah.
And they got to be on point.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you said, just like the sound man, the least of the unsaved person in there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Hey,
really,
it's worked out for me.
Just being honest.
I was about to say, give your testimony, Dave.
Yeah.
A sound man
out.
cannot close their eyes
That's it.
and go in. They can't go in.
Thank you, Lord.
I did once, and it didn't work out. We ain't doing it no more.
Something slipped by you.
Oh, it got bad.
Oh, thank you for joining us here on Freethinkers Radio Show. Boy, we were about to hear the testimony of all testimonies.
Y'all ain't want
but
that one.
We're going to move on and talk about this foolishness.
Hey.
Millionaire John Grisham says that it's what is he saying about
He says that not all men who watch child pornography are pedophiles.
it's just
So what is it?
But they're all pervs.
What is it called then? If you're watching child pornography,
I mean,
the pervert
if you-
is not called.
Yeah,
It's not called.
yeah, you're not molesting anybody if
Yeah.
you're watching a video, but you are straight perved.
You are indulging
as
in
perved as can be. You just need to.
you are indulging in
And part of the article, he talking about, well, they're throwing them in jail with people who have actually harmed people. He's like, what if they got drunk one night and they were just, they were searching the web and then they accidentally touched a button and then bam, the child pornography book. Sir,
come on now.
please.
Well, he's stretching. He's stretching.
I'm not gonna lie, this was what messed me up. He said there's so many sex offenders, that's what they're called, that they put them in the same prison like they're a bunch of perverts. We've gone nuts with this incarceration. He added, citing an anecdote of a law school pal who he says accidentally viewed porn that was apparently incorrectly labeled as child porn. So
how's that
your
different?
homeboy, hold on. So your homeboy, you mean to tell me your homeboy accidentally watched some porn that was incorrectly labeled as child porn?
Oh, my bad.
So here's the thing. If it was incorrectly labeled as child porn, how did he accidentally watch it? Because if it's an accident, he's not gonna accidentally watch.
He accidentally went to jail. So what I'm saying is, how is that different from the cat who's riding with you? You don't know he got weed in his pocket.
It's not.
That's all I'm saying. Well, the story, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How is that different? You know what I'm saying? Also, another, what he says right here, we have prisons now filled with guys my age, 60-year-old white men in prison who've never harmed anyone, would never touch a child, is what he says. But you don't know.
And that's the difficult. That's the thing about it. It's like sure,
That's almost the Al Franken thing.
Like you can say yeah. Well, I mean they're not. It's like saying they're not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? They're not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
It's like a man saying, oh well, I mean I'm not hurting anybody if I'm looking at this woman. You know what I'm saying? My wife ain't gotta know. I'm not cheating on my wife. I'm just looking.
But people
then
don't-
looking leads to
people don't
touching.
think about that. We are self-indulgent,
Extremely.
and we don't care about how anybody else's feels as long as we're feeling good.
That's true.
Yeah,
If it
pretty
feels
much.
good, do it. Right?
But I mean, that's what, I don't know, man. That's
And see, that's going to be okay with him saying that, but let certain people say certain things like that, boy. It's going to be court, jail, all of that. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to have a boycott. I mean, it's just
the layers of that is this. Yeah, you can't. You're in some way you have supported this industry that should not exist, yo.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So if the person who is buying illegal products of any kind. You see what I'm saying? Like child pornography is just just a super nasty perved other illegal thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you support that market, they're going, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get that chop. I don't understand, but here's the thing, it's only getting this kind of, there's a lot of this backlash kind of from that age group right now. You see what I'm saying? They're the ones getting Kevin Spacey and all them. That age group. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because there was a.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's real.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it later.
We'll take it in a second. So even like the Al Franken thing. Now Al Franken is an old man who probably doesn't get down as much like that. At least he doesn't get down like that with people who have not already signed a consent form and took the payment. But in his 40s and all that, back in the times that these women are reporting, because another woman came out today. A second woman came out today. He apologized to the first woman who was a news reporter, and another woman came out today with a similar situation of him doing some. He ain't doing like straight criminal molestation, assault stuff. He just doing straight up just perv. What's wrong with you stuff?
Man.
He talking about he grabbed me. He taking pictures of people and grabbing them. Now understand, like, first of all, he couldn't do nothing but say sorry when they took a picture of him grabbing. You know what I'm saying? He took a picture. First of all, he's stupid enough. Take a picture. This woman was asleep, and this is before he was a congressman or whatever. He was doing something else, and he took a picture grabbing her breast. Why you take the picture? You see what I'm saying? I thought it was funny.
It's just like taking a doggy bag home after you finish eating. Something for later.
Then this other woman, right?
Yikes.
Oh no, the picture though, sheesh. And but this other person says that he taking a picture with her, and he grabbed her something. You know what I'm saying? That's just perv action. Just come on, man. We electing these people, they pervs.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, just like all the rest of us, these pervs are nothing but prodigals that hopefully will be brought back home one day. This is Prodigal by Sidewalk Prophets.
For real though, man.
That's gonna lead into the Me Too.
I'm just saying, because it is that real though. Because when all these people are coming out, like, okay, even
just like the Bill Cosby thing.
Dude, I mean, well, let me see. Is the Bill Cosby thing? Yeah, that's still the same situation. Yeah,
all of it is. All of them.
I wouldn't even say all of them. I would almost say all of us, because that was just the culture at the time. You know what I'm saying? It became it's almost like everybody was doing this, and it wasn't really that. You know what I'm saying? That people wasn't responding to it like that. And then 2017, somebody took down the big joker, Harvey Weinstein, and now everybody is fair game.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it.
Everybody can get it.
You can get it.
And they kicking cats out, and then the Jameis thing. Now you got Jameis Winston, and he like, I just called. All I did was call the Uber. That wasn't me. So, but they still got to investigate it. They still got to see what it is.
Your name in it.
Moral of the story: don't perv out. Goodness gracious.
Don't do it.
Some people just don't have any self-control.
This is Way Up by Tadashi, featuring KB.
Clemson Week.
I'm just liking the way this sound right now.
This is new single.
We're gonna play this by the game costume.
Oh, this is a new single?
Yeah, it's
Shock the world, baby.
Word.
Yeah.
Shouts out to everybody watching on Facebook Live,
YouTube Live,
Periscope, and Twitch, and all kind of situations like that. Share and comment and things like that. We're going through 5 articles today.
Single.
Yeah, that kind of pushed my button a little bit. I'm not really down with the assault molestation of any kind.
Yeah.
Oh well, we got to get right back into it. So strap on your seatbelt.
Strap on your seatbelt. Hold on tight.
That's right. Prepare yourself.
But really though, when you look at those Me Too's, man, doggone.
It's crazy.
It's amazing just how many people are violated and don't say anything because of the backlash, or how people are going to look at them or judge them or say you deserved it because of what you had on or whatever.
Man, it ain't just about that. Most of the people who didn't say anything but had to do more with my livelihood is done.
How am I getting more jobs?
You know what I'm saying? It ain't really just the public backlash. It's only the backlash from that one or two people who have the power of the pen.
You make somebody's name look bad, you get blackballed like that.
Oh, get better, Beth.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Freethinkers Radio. We're talking about a few articles tonight, and we were just talking about the last article with John Grisham talking about pedophilia and it's okay for people to look at pornography, from child pornography. So, anyways, that led into talking about perverts and molestation, and so we're also talking about the articles about Me Too, #MeToo, where women are speaking out against sexual harassment and some things that have happened to them. And I mean, if you Google the #MeToo, who knows how many Me Too's will appear.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and we were just talking about how, when people get violated, especially being, with the Bill Cosbys and the Harveys and all of that, why they don't speak out because of being blackballed and things of that nature.
So it's crazy to see, like you said, this many people stepping forward after this, and there's something about when you have somewhat of a powerhouse name brought into light with this sort of situation, and someone has the courage to step forward and say, this person did this to me, and regardless of what they could potentially do to me, how they could end my career, ruin my livelihood, the truth needs to be heard. The fact that one person can spark so many,
that's how it is.
It's crazy, but it's just sad to know that like this industry is that messed up, and it's crazy because like we heard about Harvey Weinstein and these other big name producers and directors, but then you said you didn't know what happened with Kevin Spacey. Well, this sort of messed me up a little bit because I grew up on a bunch of movies that Kevin Spacey was in.
Right.
Like I watched a bunch of Kevin Spacey movies growing up.
You didn't,
Kevin Spacey.
Right.
You didn't know he was a top?
So here's the thing. Kevin Spacey, apparently, I guess back in the early days of his career, an actor, I think he was in the movie Rent. In the musical Rent. I can't remember I can't remember the actor's name, but at the time, I think he was 14 and Kevin Spacey was like 26, and he was new in the acting world and everything, and Kevin Spacey invited him to this party that he was having at his home. Well, boy comes to Kevin Spacey's house, and he said after a while of being there, he realized like he was the only person that wasn't an adult that was there. So that was whatever. And he said he got bored after a while, went into a room and started watching TV. And then I guess like a while later, everyone had left. Kevin Spacey came into the room, sort of like just leaning up against the door, making small talk. And then pretty much tried to, I think he said that he came and picked him up and sat him on the bed or something like that and tried to make advances at him. And he was like, nah, not with that. And so he ended up, being able to leave. And at first, Kevin sort of, blocked the doorway, I guess, or something like that. But he ended up leaving. And he just never said anything about it. And, I mean, think about it. Kevin Spacey is, in his 50s now, 60s maybe? And he was 26. This kid was 14. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty decent age gap. And so what's crazy is, dude comes forth with this story. Well, when he comes forth with this story, Kevin Spacey issues a statement saying he apologizes for what happened at the time, says some other things that I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but basically saying, it wasn't that big of a problem, or he wasn't that big of a deal. He didn't think at the time it was a problem or a big deal or anything, and basically chose that time all of a sudden to make it known that he has chosen to be outspoken about him being gay. And so, and the headline for that article was Kevin Spacey announces he's part of the gay community. Not Kevin Spacey tried to get with a 14-year-old, but Kevin Spacey is gay.
So,
how nuts is that?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, at the same time, it's Hollywood, number one. Number two, if you're familiar with the movie Rent, that actually slightly makes, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't make any better, but you can see it happening. You know what I'm saying? Because Rent is about, a homosexual situation, some apartments.
I've never seen it.
People trying to get on and, all kind of situation, gay rights and things. So most of the people in the cast would be people who are, prone to support that lifestyle in certain different kinds of ways, whether living that lifestyle or just supporting those who do. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing. So, but when it comes to being a pedophile pedophile on top of that. You know what I'm saying? And trying to, you know, Michael Jackson little boys, which I don't think Michael Jackson actually did that,
Oh, you just
to be real. But
just
you know,
called it Michael Jackson. And
I mean, the public thought process about, you know, says that. But you know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it is, wow. The thing about it is that all these people, when you're talking about why people of, you know, young and women, why they don't come forward, normally the people who we're talking about are people who are basically being, their usefulness is the reason that they're being paid for their usefulness. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. And so when that comes to usefulness, of course, you have what your one job is, and then you have how you're helpful to the company on top of your one job, right? And so, you know, in some ways that's being friendly, in some ways that's whatever. And so, you know, in some ways they're threatened with a situation like, well, we thought you were going to be useful in this way. Right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And it's sad. At the end of the day, that's what power does.
Well, and that's the sad part. I mean, there was a story about Louis C.K. Y'all know Louis C.K., the comedian? He apparently was in the news recently because
showing it to him.
A bunch of women, a few different women have come forward saying that basically, like, he approached them with awkward sexual advances and asking them to, you know, if they would, like, watch him masturbate and, like, crazy stuff. And that's the crazy part. All of the women came forward saying that's what he was asking them to, like, let him do in front of him. How weird is that? And then you have people like Terry Crews. You know, it's not only women, but it's also men. Terry Crews, he was approached at a function, and a dude straight up grabbed him, and he was like, well, I can't really do nothing
while he was with his wife.
While he was with his wife. He was like, I can't even do anything, because imagine the headlines the next day. Big black man beats down, you know, Hollywood whoever. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Right. So it's all about usefulness. So when you have power, and you have those who are useful to power, and those who are useful to power who power sponsors and supports.
And I mean, a lot of these women who
lose your spot.
Exactly. A lot of these women who end up in these situations are people who work for people who have the power. It's unfortunate. Anyway, this next song is called "Follow Me" by Sean Locke. Feel free to think freely.
So crazy though, man.
Like how
nice. Shouts out, man. We ain't had a spaceship in a long time.
It's been a minute, man.
Oh man, it has been.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mom.
Long time. Wow. We have a lot of things going on, man. We got one tonight, though.
I'm glad you're here, man.
I'm glad to be here.
I thought about you the other day, man.
Appreciate it.
Your schedule changed?
Yeah, my schedule has changed. I pull some strings for third Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
Check you out. That's right.
Just here a little bit
Wednesday.
So he got pulled.
Just here a little bit earlier than normal. But I'm glad I could be here.
Yay.
We're glad you're here too, brother.
Yeah, feeling special.
Share, comment, all that. Hey, fam. Shanice Williams. Just listen. Brittany Turnipseed is watching.
Hi, Brittany.
Hey, Sherry Pointer Vaughn, Stanley Brown. What's good? Troy Bryan, Dr. Dre. That's an inside joke, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, man. I have to explain it to you one day.
Hey, man, it's been a minute.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Why don't you come stay a while?
But before we get started, I will say this. Guess who doesn't have clean water yet?
Oh, gee.
Are you kidding me?
Flint.
So.
Yeah, but, you know, got a homeboy that's doing some things. So hit up Mo Walker. You can go to his Facebook page, Project Flint Initiative. You can help him out, put some donations out there so he can get. So he drives from Columbia, South Carolina to Flint, Michigan, and delivers water to those people in need. So hit him up, Mo Walker, Project Flint Initiative. But I do have some ignorance to talk about.
Oh Lord!
Shout out.
A man in Pennsylvania, man, he passed. Okay. He always wanted to be buried with Philly cheesesteaks. He got what he wanted.
What?
Yeah. Richard Lucy, I'm not sure if I pronounced his last name correctly, Lussi, died in October of heart complications. And he always said that he wanted to be buried with Philly cheesesteaks. They put 2 Philly cheesesteaks in his casket. He's been asking for this since the 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, and his grandson
He does realize the same bugs that'll eat that Philly cheesesteak will eat his flesh, right? So he ain't gonna be there.
I mean,
as long. So he can get a smaller. He can get a smaller casket.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. He got his Philly cheesesteaks though in his casket, and he said he gonna take them with him.
Something Philly cheesesteak.
He tried to take it with him.
Hey, I mean,
them aware he's not there.
His body there, probably not no more. But I mean, because that happened in October, but you know he don't have it.
Shouts out to Blimpy.
It was buried with them cheesesteaks.
Substation 2, shouts out.
I know.
Blimpy, we in here. I'm just saying.
Philly cheesesteaks. Bro, I'm sorry.
Alrighty then.
That's okay. Anyway,
gotta have some ignorance.
Yeah, you gotta have some ignorance.
That was
definitely ignorant. This is repping my God, Bakir Shear. I don't know what y'all got to think about that Philly cheesesteak thing. But
I mean, I don't know. I wonder if it was a real Philly cheesesteak though. Like that means the grease would probably come at the bottom of the casket a little bit though.
Right? I know that's what that'd be.
Yeah, I've never like nothing can contain the juice of a Philly Philly
cheesesteak.
Not even a coffin.
No, I remember.
Right? Just soaking into the wood.
I remember watching one of them early episodes of Fresh Prince where like he had gone back to Philly for a little bit, and they went to that little place and they got a Philly cheesesteak. That whole bag was straight up grease.
No, that
was wild.
That is so true though.
That was wild. I was like, yo, that's what it's. People told me that's what that's really like.
Literally runs down your arm.
That is crazy.
I haven't had a Philly cheesesteak in a minute though.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably be okay with not having a real Philly cheesesteak.
They're delicious. You gotta have one. But
I mean, maybe one day if I go to Philly, I'll do it. But I mean, like, because I like Philly cheesesteaks, but that's a whole lot of grease.
You gotta have one.
I don't know if my body might literally go.
You gotta have one. And
I'm too small for that much grease, bro.
The chili cheese fries. They put bacon with their chili cheese fries.
Oh wow.
Just want to throw that in there.
That does sound good.
Delicious.
All right.
Yeah.
We back.
Oh my goodness. We are back. Freethinkers Radio. We're talking about articles, things that's going on in the news. This next topic of discussion. North Carolina, which is right above us, air traffic controller accused of having a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah,
I mean, what?
Well, I mean, that just means he had a bomb. I mean, it's no different from the dude on Fight Club, right?
Yeah.
Made the bombs out of soap.
That was one of the best movies
ever, right?
That was amazing.
I mean,
that whole idea, that whole concept.
What's wrong with communicating? Why can't people talk to people about how they feel anymore? Blowing up people, just walking in churches, shooting folks. Like, what?
I mean, but this dude said it was an ongoing situation though. So he done let the man know he don't like him. You know what?
Apparently,
all right.
God knows
say something else.
He know that the guy don't like him either. I mean, so what? Somebody don't like you. Live your life.
Right?
He was.
Let that man
be. He was about to live his life. He was going for the gusto. Huh?
He was going to get some free food and everything on a daily.
Dumb.
I don't know. I mean, they found it at his house. It wasn't like it was at the airport. So it was probably like, this ain't, one of Roadrunner cartoons.
Is it Paul George Dandon?
Straight up.
30-year-old male, Paul George Dandon. He's a worker at the Charlotte Douglas International Airport and was charged with acquiring and possessing and transporting a weapon of mass destruction. And apparently the police were called and said that someone made a homemade explosive at a Charlotte home. And police arrived. Apparently there was another man involved, 39-year-old.
Who knew?
Derek Fells.
You know what's in people's house.
Right? 39-year-old Derek Fells built the bomb.
They can't do
Hold on. This other guy built the bomb to use against a neighbor with whom he was involved in an ongoing dispute.
Straight up.
But
probably the neighbor.
But check this out. Man's changed his mind and gave it to this other dude.
I don't want to blow you up. Hey, you want this bomb I made at the house last week?
That's what.
Maybe it's something you want to blow up. I mean.
Like
that just goes to show the only actual real gun control laws are better mental health regulations, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Better mental health testing for everyone. Yeah. Because there's some crazy people who gon' hurt up a lot of people who won't go in the store. They're not gonna go buy a gun today.
Well, that should be a part of the school system.
Mental health.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you're gonna get everybody, I mean,
definitely agree.
Start early.
Yeah.
Elementary.
Everybody be on Xanax then.
Well.
Oh, jeez. No, we can't do that. No, listen.
I mean,
too many people dying from Xanax.
too easy, you know.
People.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It takes reform. It's not just like going to take like one rule or another. It's going to take reform of how people are brought in, who's doing the. I was watching, and I never, ever. It's funny y'all talking about this. I never, ever watch People's Court, right? Yeah. I think I had to be walking by some. It was on, and this was a case of a person. They had locked the child like in a closet. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point, like locked the child in the closet for the entire day. Like brought him his lunch, like in the joint, like he was in straight up jail. Wow. You feel me? And like, you know what I'm saying? At that situation, you got to look at, is that just incompetence by that person, or is that really how you know, is that a cultural, you know, are they responding culturally in that situation? Did they really think that was going to work? You see what I'm saying? Or is it just that, you know, in the same way that the parents don't want to do the hard thing, some of the hard get-ins when it comes in with the children, and they go hey, can, you know, maybe you should be prescribed something. Oh no, maybe you need to buy a heavier belt. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Or
break them switches together.
Yeah, or get a quicker snatch when it comes to those electronics and things like that. Maybe be more stern with your punishment.
I mean, there's nothing
all kind of
wrong
things you can do.
with punishment.
I think that's where a lot of people get off at. Just misses it, because punishment is a good thing if you use it right. Yeah, if you're not abusing children. I mean, goodness,
it's a matter of proper discipline. You know what I'm saying? There's improper discipline. There's a use of improper discipline everywhere when it comes to parenting, when it comes to the justice system, when it comes to jobs. I mean, there's so much, and I hate to use the word fairness and unfairness because life ain't fair, unfortunately enough. But when it comes to actually taking the time to be just in situations, it just doesn't happen the way it should. And so, I mean, it looks like for this dude who had his bomb, he got, I guess, whatever was coming to him. I mean, you had an explosive, so they're not really gonna let you just walk with that.
And then you gotta look at it; they're so young.
I mean, exactly.
Like you haven't cracked these cats.
One dude's 30,
40s.
The other dude's 39. My thing is, how is it that you've created an explosive because you're having an ongoing dispute with someone, and then decide, I don't want it to
communicate.
Exactly. I think I want to actually talk this out. Hey, you want this bomb that I made? So first of all, you couldn't think to communicate properly the first time, and B, first of all, you made a bomb, bro.
I mean, that's B and C. A, you got weak chin. Because if you know what I'm saying, if you got it like that for the bomb, then you at least got to have them. You got to get it got to be a 4-fade limit before you start like bombing people's cribs and all that right there. You got to like if it's 2 and 2, we'd be like, look.
Because I mean, hey, you said Tom and Jerry. Even Tom and Jerry. You said Tom and Jerry earlier. Even Tom and Jerry like started light.
Yeah,
they wouldn't like dropping anvils and stuff on each other's hands at first. You know what I'm saying? Like
straight up.
Because people be seeing red, like when things don't go the way or whatever reason. Like people don't understand or know how to control their anger, their tempers. Like, where is the communication?
And in all that anger, they still got enough fear not to throw them hands. Ain't that crazy? Seeing red.
I ain't gonna throw these hands, but I'm gonna throw this bomb.
But what's crazy is it's probably they talk about an ongoing. It could be something small.
It could be
blowing his leaves in his yard.
Something stupid.
You know something small.
Stupid.
Oh man. I'm gonna blow you up though.
A fair fade. It's great communication.
Man.
A fair fade. I'm just saying, a fair one. That's great communication to me. I'm just saying.
Man,
or at least it leads to the great communication, right?
Man, it says you need to keep your dog out my yard, otherwise throwing a bomb at you. That's a one of a kind type of stupid. This is One of a Kind by Jamie Grace.
Oh dear me!
I gotta charge my phone.
You ain't charged it yet?
No, I ain't got no outlets, man.
Oh, it didn't fit right there?
Shouts out. I'm just saying.
That's crazy, man. This man built a bomb because he was upset.
Built a bomb.
I really would like to know what the dispute was about so we can see like how justified he truly felt he was. To see why he felt justified in this.
Honestly, I mean, you gotta think about it. It's either something, like you say about your dog in the yard, leaves in the yard, walking across the yard, or something wild, or it's a woman.
Yeah,
it's.
Yeah.
That's it.
9 times out of 10, it's probably.
Why we do stupid stuff like that over like small stuff in women?
Because you're created to want them.
Because it's been happening forever.
Right up, anyway.
we just need to do a better job of making sure we take care of them in the first place.
That's true, but
preach, brother, preach.
You're right.
Because then you ain't got to worry about, oh, this dude flirting and she looking. She won't be looking if she ain't got nothing to look at because you all she need to see.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? True.
Don't worry about it. Wet behind the ears, brother. It's all good. Similar.
I was trying to be optimistic. I was trying to listen. I was trying to be optimistic. I tried. So.
I mean, Carlin's like that though. That's right.
Yeah. See how she keeping her eyes on the phone?
That's right, Carlin's like,
What you looking at me like that for? Anyway, this is Never Die by Roy Tosh, featuring Reconcile.
That's right, baby. You know, yeah, I feel that way, kind of, right? That's all right. That's all right.
But that's
y'all the happiest two I ever see.
I don't know, man.
Just saying though, y'all do well, but y'all ain't normal.
Well, my thing
don't
is
do that.
Obviously,
y'all are not.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Obviously, everybody has their weak points. You know what I'm saying. Everybody has their weak moments. There's attractive people in the world, but what I'm saying is, if you doing what you're supposed to be doing to make sure you're taking care of, you know, your woman or your man the way you're supposed to, while there might be other pretty people to look at, they ain't worried about stepping out. You know what I'm saying? If they ain't got a reason to. If you don't give them a reason to, 9 times out of 10, they won't. Not saying that that's 100% of the time.
Thank you, Bino something. Thank you. We gonna get them right though. We gonna get them right. It's all good. It's all good. I understand, James. I understand, brother. You keep. Hey man, you keep hope alive, brother.
Yeah,
it's true. It can be that way. It can be.
Do your
That's
thing,
right.
Dave.
Speak that is though it. Oh, spaceship. What's good?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. There's a thing called opportunist, James. Okay, now. So, there's a thing called opportunist. You almost threw the whole speech. I'm about to say, what? After the show.
You just gotta be on your game.
Hey man, I'm trying to do. So,
trust the note.
I tell you, this is real quick. I'm gonna make this real quick. I hadn't done this in a minute, but I think it's amazing that, like, you know, from the beginning we started out with a lot of this being about diversity, man. And you know, some of us wasn't able to show up today, but we've kept that. And one of the reasons is that if you keep paying attention, you'll realize that you might not be right about some things. You may be wrong about some things you thought you were right about. So here we go. LiAngelo Ball goes to China and steals some Louis Vuitton glasses in China. Where it ain't like, you know, the rules are different over there with that right there. They don't really just go around letting you steal, like, expensive stuff. First of all, they let you steal stuff, and then expensive stuff is a little different. So, it just so happened the timing of it was in a way that Donald Trump was already over there speaking to the Chinese president about something, and Donald Trump is the type of person who would actually be thinking about some UCLA basketball players while he's like doing a China trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's where he is. So he took upon himself to you know, say a word to him about, you know, to try to keep these players from getting, you know, the sentence that they deserve. The Chinese president makes a few adjustments, makes a few calls, gets the guys out. They come back. Trump says, you know, I wonder if these guys are gonna say thank you. And the players did say thank you. But LeVar Ball, right, Daddy Ball, was like, what? What do you do? He ain't do nothing for me. Straight up. But you know what? And so there was disrespect on both sides. And as a president, Donald Trump should let it go. But here's the thing you need to get from that. That means that there is a you of every color. There is a you of every gender. There is a you of every culture. Because what happened in that situation, all I saw was Donald Trump, white Donald Trump, and black Donald Trump having a Twitter argument. You know, it's having a media argument. They're both the same people. They're amazing at what they do because they put it in their mind that they were going to put their name everywhere. The Ball franchise is emulating what the Trump franchise was doing. So to think about the fact that there is a black version of everybody, there is a white person of everybody, there is a Chinese, there's probably 10 of you, no matter how special you think you are. And that's, we got to keep in mind. And if you forget that, yeah, you're going to be hustling back when you meet the white version of yourself.
Hopefully before that time comes,
this guy,
he'll figure it out. And hopefully all is forgiven with Trump and the Ball Boys. Anyway, this is Forgiven by Crowder.
That's it. I'm just saying.
That's great.
Yeah, LeVar Ball said something just as disrespectful and just as improper setting as something Trump would say.
That is kind of janky. That is kind of janky.
They're the same. They're the same.
Oh, BT Dubs, I did see Bino Sumter's comment, and that's true. They do exist. Just make sure you don't have one.
Just keep living, brother. We back.
Yeah, we're definitely back. It's been a minute.
Oh, goodness.
Yo, this last little article was a trip to me. Man fakes his death to help police catch his wife in a murder for hire plot.
Shouts out, James.
Crazy.
That is a Lifetime movie that's already happened.
Yeah, it's in the making.
It's already happened, I'm sure.
If y'all want me to write it for you, I'll write it for you.
I know you will, but write it, get it going, screenwriter.
It's very Lifetime.
Listen,
Be up Lifetime. I got you.
Very Lifetime.
Listen. I ain't mad at the dude. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was cool. I mean,
it's pretty smart.
You got evidence. Like, it's hands down, case over. Let's put her in jail.
His friend. She asked his friend.
Yo, shouts out to the homie.
How she didn't know
Right.
that was his friend though? But how she ain't know that though?
Because she married him for the wrong reasons, evidently, and she's stupid.
Because
I'm just saying.
Because at the time he was the opportunity.
And
Sometimes that's all it has to be in the moment. When you just depend on certain time, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, that's the mindset we have nowadays, especially today's America. You serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who leads the country? People who think just like that. Yeah. You're the opportunity right now. How do staffers get molested in Senate offices? They're the opportunity at the time in that person's mind to the point where when you look at it, and sometimes we see each other as humans, and sometimes we see each other as opportunities. And that's something we're really going to have to live with on one side, and on the other side, get to a place where we can balance that out. You know what I'm saying?
Where is the balance with that?
Well, I mean, you still have to value your opportunities. You see what I'm saying? You have to value your opportunities, and most opportunities do have something else connected to them that is not just opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Most opportunities come with a responsibility,
and most opportunities come with a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're a person that respect the person that you're trying to gain the opportunity from. That's why, I mean, it sounds crazy, but
It sounds like secret code for something that's bad.
No. What we're saying is like the balance between that is that this. Okay. Even if you're not looking, even if you don't think you think that way, right? At the end of the day, if somebody walked in here if Just Listen walked in here with some angel wings. Just Listen, that's my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to walk in with angel wings to get love from me. Yeah, that's my dude. But you know what?
He showed up with angel wings.
He showed up with some angel. He showed up with some of them. What's the name of that? Restoration Ranch.
Yes,
why?
Restoration Ranch and some waffle fries.
Golden Rose.
To the studio arts.
He's putting an order in live here on Facebook.
Heat up the. But no, I'm saying, in that situation, he's the opportunity also, and you can't act like he's not. You'd be fooling yourself to say that's just part of what he is when he walked in that instance, right? And that in the situation where you have these staffers and situations happening, you have a situation where they seem like opportunity, and all of a sudden you let the opportunity override the respect that you have for the relationship, right. Like I was saying.
Right.
So like if you walk into an event, you're somebody's friend, but he can work the soundboard. That type of opportunity situation,
which is why I don't go to most shows.
But I'm saying same thing.
I don't go to a lot of shows for that reason. Full stop. Just saying.
You're getting tired of looked at as an opportunity.
I bought VIP tickets for a certain. I'm not gonna. I'm just making sure I don't, call nobody out because it wasn't their fault or whatever. It just things just happened the way they did, and it was just a little bit inconvenient for me. I wasn't offended though. But yeah, I bought VIP tickets. Me and my wife sitting on the second row. And somebody taps me on my shoulder. Say, hey, such and such need to ask you a question about such and such. What? Okay. I go back there, and it is one of those situations. Hey, can you, we can't get this work, we can't get it. I paid, brother. I didn't just pay general admission. Right. I paid 2 tickets. The person's with me. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's still in the second row. And you want me to come back here and do what?
That's wild.
You see what I'm saying? But that's because I looked like an opportunity to that person at the time, even though they may have been like, well, you know, he wouldn't mind doing it because of relationship.
Right.
But sometimes you can't cross the opportunity because of the relationship.
Exactly.
And no is a full and complete sentence.
Exactly.
Right.
Requires no period.
Hey, you can end the sentence with yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes is a statement. No is one too.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's truthfully, if you think about it, I mean, you know, I'm trying not to get too deep, but that's how we started. But when you look back historically, that's how race became to divide opportunity. You see what I'm saying? You know, to divide opportunity in a more easily, you know, identifiable way. If every opportunity is green, you're good because you can see green and everything else is blue. You know what I'm saying? You see green way over there, you walk straight through all the blue. You can get through all the riffraff. You don't have to go meet nobody and figure out, hey, you got some green under there? You know, you go straight to the green that you see. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a sea of a certain, you know, complexion and there's a different complexion right there, they're going to stand out and they're going to be
sea of a certain complexion.
No. What I'm saying, it doesn't. I'm not saying, you know, that I'm talking about a certain one of any certain one because, you know, in certain darker countries, it's exactly the opposite from the common view of America. So, but they look like opportunity to them. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. And people react to that. That's what it is. So you come up with race to make it easier to see your opportunities from further away, because at the end of the day, that's the human instinct. And
so you're saying she married this guy out of opportunity, and then what? The opportunity has it expired, and she was ready to go to get another.
No. The dude was dead, and now this is an opportunity to, you know what I'm saying, to move on
for 2 stacks. Pow.
Too bad he didn't actually die. I'm just saying.
For the 2 stacks too?
For the 2 stacks?
She only charged 2 stacks.
Yeah. So what do you wait? What's the opportunity? 2 stacks?
I'm just saying.
She married him out of opportunity.
For 10, you know.
I'm just saying. I wish anybody would try and kill me for any reason.
10, 15 minutes for 2 stacks.
Try me, I dare you. Try me. This is Try Me by Flame featuring Young No. Don't even try it. Do it, I dare.
I was referring to when you said
try 2,000 for 15 minutes for 2 stacks, baby.
I was referring to when you said that she married him out of opportunity.
Oh, I don't know that part. I do know that the how she got caught cheating was out of opportunity. That's what I was saying.
Oh, she got caught cheating.
Trying to get the 2 stacks.
No.
What?
No, the 2 stacks. She's gonna pay the guy, the friend, 2 stacks to kill him.
To kill him.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, that's for the life. Number one, that's for the opportunity. That's life insurance money.
Exactly.
And then that's. I thought it was a cheat. I thought it was a cheat situation went on.
Nope. She was just, sorry and trifling, and decided to get a divorce. And before it finalized, decided she wanted to, try and make it happen quicker. And so she hired a hitman.
Well, that ain't just opportunity. Yeah. That's a crime of passion. That means the lawyer done broke the bad news to her.
That ain't even no crime of passion. That's just a crime. That's just a crime of being trifling. Sorry. Just saying. Anyway, this is the featured song of the night, Never Give Up, by Sierra Blessed in the House. Featuring LaToya Patrice.
Shouts out, Patty.
Right. This is the featured song of the night.
Opie, what's good?
Yo, that's crazy though.
Like you really decided
you put $2,000. Like this man wasn't worth $2,000. Was only worth $2,000 to you.
What you mean? It's about how much you got left over after the insurance claim, bro. Because here's the thing: like the divorce goes through, and you don't get what you need out of that. You got to get the life insurance policy, which means you got to partner. But now, because you thought you were gonna get what you wanted out of the divorce, you ain't gonna get that. So the only way to cash that life insurance policy, you can't let the divorce go through. You got to go ahead and cash out.
Well, my thing is this: you married this person, and after marrying this person, decided you didn't want to be with them no more. And you were so ready to be done with said person that now, before the divorce is even finalized, you're like, you know what, this isn't moving quick enough. Let me go ahead and handle this myself. I'm going to pay a hitman 2 stacks to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Right? So you like, hey, hitman, I need this job done. Here's 2 stacks. You wasted 6 years with this person That's right. I said wasted 6 years with this person because clearly you ain't really want to be with them. And out of the 6 years you were with them, you ain't know who they freaking friends is?
You probably did, but you know, I mean, you're gonna meet new friends, though. I mean, especially when you're talking about you can get somebody, you know, 2 stacks out of a, you know what I'm saying? 2 stacks was probably is pretty little anyway. So I think the 2 stacks was probably for that person, but then there's somebody else.
But that's the thing, though. The hitman was the dude's friend. Somehow she didn't know this was his friend, so.
Well, it happens on Jerry Springer every day too, also, doesn't it? Isn't that like a normal Jerry Springer thing?
Probably. I didn't.
You know,
is Jerry Springer still on?
I don't know. I mean, but when he came on, that's all it was about. And somebody sleeping with somebody's brother and situations.
A lot of stuff.
I just think it's wild that she actually tried to go through with something that dumb for whatever her reason was.
It's only dumb because she got caught. It's only dumb because she got caught.
People do that all the time. Hire people to kill people.
Yeah, they do.
You got to
charge a lot more than that, though.
Yeah, if you got 2 stacks sitting around that you can spend with a hitman and it not be seen, you probably got $1 million life insurance policy.
I just think that's wild. Like, she ain't even know this was this dude's friend. And he was like, hey man, check your girl. You need to check your woman.
And it's like, why did she choose him? Like, was he recommended? Did she Google him?
Things happen.
She must have known something.
Things happen. People change over time. 6 years is a long time.
Or because she could have been sleeping with the friend.
Exactly. Or it could have been sleeping with the friend and getting mad because he didn't notice.
That's true.
Because the whole thing happened was for the purpose of getting out of there.
Right. That's true.
That's how opportunity works.
Crazy.
Opportunist.
Shouts out, man. Hey, this is Clemson Week. We coming for them. This is Columbia right here. This is Columbia, South Carolina. They coming down here, and we gonna try to give them that spanking on the way out or something. It's gonna be tough, but we gonna see what it do. Shouts out to the Walk Ons Radio. Tomorrow they got Darius Rucker on the show.
Whoop, whoop.
That's gonna be cool. And keeping it real with Coach Curtis Fry and the Clemson play-by-play announcers calling in, and yeah, for some reason, yeah, that happened to be the day I'm free to come on through. So I'll be up here talking that noise. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm telling you right now. I ain't coming. I ain't gonna be on there to be nice tomorrow at all. Cause I feel like cats have not stood up for the Gamecocks the way they should have on that sports show. They're 8-3 football team. They try to treat them like they low and like they nothing. And I'm telling you what, Opie, I hope you still white. Cause yeah, we all that. We coming for all that. Cause that respect on the name, sprinkle and pour it straight up. Huh?
And then after you get all that on tomorrow night, join us on Wednesday. But we gonna give you that music on that Urban City mixtape.
That's right. Make sure you put respect on that too. Sprinkle, pour, all that.
We gonna do some things.
Shouts out Ron Cook. Lowest cost. Exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah, you get somebody. Oh, you gonna do it for 2? All right, straight. I take the.
And if you didn't already know, Stop the Silence will be only airing we'll be recording live on first and third Mondays. Okay, we're changing to first and third Mondays.
Catch Freethinkers Radio first and third Monday.
First and third Monday.
Absolutely. Freethinkers Radio will be on first and third Mondays.
Unless we do some kind of special. Like
unless Dave changes his mind.
Oh no, something crazy comes up like
unless Dave changes his mind.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, and Antoine got to come back here in a minute and explain some of this stuff anyway. So that's gonna be on one of them weeks too. So until next time, eat that turkey. Oh, yeah. Say thank you. Say thank you.
Hallelujah.
Oh. Say thank you.
Have a nice family gathering.
Thank you for the cornbread.
If y'all want to invite me, y'all just hit me up.
Oh, potato gravy. Oh,
ain't going nowhere.
Oh,
goodness.
We have cranberries. Shouts out.
Shouts out to Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Appreciate y'all.
All y'all. We'll see y'all the next time.
Sorries and Thanksgivings.
Sorries and Thanksgivings, yeah, because I ended up halfway. It was halfway into the spaceship before I got to it. But that whole LeVar thing was about, when do you say sorry? Should you ask for a sorry thing? But I ain't had a chance to get to none of that, so I just.